Hello everyone, Dr. Alan Mandell here. Welcome back to my channel, Science of Healing. Imagine starting your morning with a simple bowl of oatmeal, something millions of people already eat every day. But what if adding just one small ingredient to that bowl could help clean your arteries, improve blood circulation, and protect your heart in a powerful way? Today, we're talking about a tiny but incredibly powerful food, chia seeds. Most people see chia seeds as just another trendy health food, but the science behind them is actually very impressive. When combined with oatmeal, chia seeds create a nutritional combination that can help lower cholesterol, reduce inflammation, and support healthier arteries. Let's break down exactly why this works. Every single morning, millions of people sit down with a simple bowl of oatmeal, believing they're making a healthy choice. And they are. But what most people don't realize is that this humble breakfast has the power to become something far more extraordinary, something that can actually help defend your arteries from one of the biggest silent killers on earth. Heart disease remains the #1 cause of death worldwide. Every year, millions of lives are lost because arteries slowly become clogged with cholesterol, plaque, and inflammation. The frightening part is that this process often begins silently, sometimes decades before the first symptom appears. Inside the body, arteries are meant to be smooth, flexible highways that deliver oxygen-rich blood to every organ. But when cholesterol begins to build up along the artery walls, those smooth highways start to narrow. Blood flow becomes restricted. Pressure builds. And over time, this silent damage can lead to heart attacks, strokes, and life-threatening cardiovascular disease. But here's the remarkable part. Research has shown that certain foods can actually help fight back against this process. Not through expensive treatments or complicated diets, but through simple daily choices that nourish the body at the cellular level. And one of the most powerful combinations begins with something many people already eat: oatmeal. Oats contain a special type of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber behaves very differently from most nutrients. Once it enters the digestive system, it forms a thick gel-like substance that traps cholesterol and carries it out of the body before it can enter the bloodstream. In fact, multiple clinical studies have confirmed the impact of this fiber. Researchers have found that consuming just 3 grams of beta-glucan daily, the amount found in a bowl of oatmeal, can significantly lower LDL cholesterol, often referred to as the bad cholesterol responsible for plaque buildup inside arteries. But what if that already powerful breakfast could become even stronger? What if one simple ingredient could amplify oatmeal's ability to protect your heart, support circulation, and defend your arteries against damage? That ingredient is something incredibly small, yet nutritionally explosive: chia seeds. At first glance, chia seeds look almost insignificant. Tiny, black and white specks, no bigger than a grain of sand. But inside, each one lies a powerful combination of nutrients that can dramatically enhance the artery-clearing benefits of oatmeal. Chia seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fatty acids on the planet. These healthy fats are essential for cardiovascular health because they help reduce inflammation inside blood vessels. And inflammation is one of the hidden drivers of artery damage. When the inner lining of arteries becomes inflamed, it creates the perfect environment for cholesterol particles to stick to the artery wall. Over time, those particles accumulate, forming plaque that gradually narrows the vessel and restricts blood flow. Omega-3 fatty acids work like a natural calming agent for your blood vessels. They help reduce inflammatory signals, support healthier circulation, and improve the flexibility of artery walls. But the power of chia seeds doesn't stop there. Just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds contains around 5 grams of fiber. That's nearly 20% of your recommended daily fiber intake in a single spoonful. When this fiber combines with the beta-glucan fiber from oatmeal, something remarkable happens inside the digestive system. Together, they create a powerful cholesterol-lowering synergy. The soluble fibers from both foods form a gel-like matrix in the gut that binds cholesterol molecules and bile acids, preventing them from being absorbed into the bloodstream. Instead, these compounds are carried out of the body through digestion. This process forces the liver to pull more cholesterol from the blood in order to produce new bile acids, which gradually helps reduce overall cholesterol levels. In simple terms, your breakfast begins acting like a natural filtration system for your blood. But there's another fascinating property of chia seeds that makes them especially powerful when added to oatmeal. These tiny seeds can absorb up to 10 times their weight in water. When mixed into warm oatmeal, they swell and form a thick, nutrient-rich gel that slows digestion and stabilizes blood sugar levels. Why does this matter for your arteries? Because frequent blood sugar spikes can damage the inner lining of blood vessels over time. High glucose levels trigger oxidative stress, which weakens the protective layer inside arteries and allows cholesterol to penetrate the vessel wall more easily. By slowing the absorption of carbohydrates, chia seeds help maintain steadier blood sugar levels, reducing this hidden form of vascular damage. And then there are the antioxidants. Chia seeds contain powerful compounds such as chlorogenic acid, caffeic acid, and quercetin. These antioxidants act like microscopic bodyguards, neutralizing harmful free radicals that attack cells and contribute to the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. When LDL cholesterol becomes oxidized, it becomes far more dangerous. Oxidized LDL is far more likely to stick to artery walls and initiate plaque formation. Antioxidants help prevent this transformation. They protect cholesterol particles from oxidative damage and help preserve the integrity of your blood vessels. Now imagine this happening not once, but every single morning. A warm bowl of oatmeal rich in beta-glucan fiber, enhanced by chia seeds loaded with omega-3 fats, antioxidants, and soluble fiber. A breakfast that doesn't just fill your stomach, but actively supports the health of your arteries with every bite. And perhaps the most powerful part of all is how simple this habit truly is. No complicated recipes, no expensive supplements, just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds stirred into your oatmeal. Over weeks and months, this small addition can help support healthier cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, stabilize blood sugar, and nourish your cardiovascular system. Because the truth about heart health is this: artery damage doesn't happen overnight. It develops slowly, quietly, through thousands of small daily choices. But those same daily choices can also protect you. A single tablespoon of chia seeds may look insignificant in the palm of your hand, but inside your body, it becomes part of a powerful defense system working to protect the arteries that keep your heart beating. And tomorrow morning, when that bowl of oatmeal sits in front of you, remember this: sometimes the smallest ingredients can make the biggest difference in the life of your heart. Deep inside your body, there is a silent battle happening every single day, a battle that determines whether your arteries remain open highways of life or slowly transform into narrow, dangerous pathways that threaten your heart. Most people never see it, never feel it, and often never know it's happening until it's too late. But this hidden war begins with something incredibly small: microscopic damage to the inner lining of your blood vessels. Your arteries are lined with a delicate layer of cells called the endothelium. Think of this layer as a smooth protective shield that keeps blood flowing freely and prevents harmful substances from sticking to the vessel walls. When this lining is healthy, your arteries stay flexible, blood pressure remains stable, and oxygen-rich blood reaches every organ in your body with ease. But when this protective layer becomes damaged, the consequences can slowly become deadly. Oxidative stress and chronic inflammation are two of the biggest enemies of this delicate lining. Free radicals, unstable molecules produced by pollution, stress, poor diet, and aging, attack the cells of the endothelium like microscopic sparks, setting off fires inside your arteries. When these fires of inflammation begin, they weaken the artery walls and create tiny injuries along the vessel surface. And once those injuries appear, cholesterol particles begin to stick. This is where plaque formation begins. LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol, can become oxidized by these free radicals. When oxidized LDL enters the damaged artery wall, the immune system treats it like a threat. White blood cells rush in to attack it, creating clusters of fatty deposits known as plaque. Over time, this plaque thickens and hardens, narrowing the artery and restricting blood flow to the heart and brain. This process can take years, sometimes decades, but its consequences are devastating. According to global health data, cardiovascular disease claims nearly 20 million lives every year. Heart attacks and strokes often strike suddenly, but the damage leading up to them has been building silently for a very long time. But here's the extraordinary part. Science has revealed that certain foods contain compounds capable of defending the arteries against this damage. Foods rich in antioxidants and soluble fiber can act like microscopic shields, protecting blood vessels from oxidative stress and reducing the buildup of dangerous plaque. And one of the most powerful of these foods is something incredibly small: chia seeds. These tiny seeds may look insignificant, but they are packed with protective nutrients that work directly at the cellular level inside your blood vessels. One of their most powerful features is their extraordinary concentration of antioxidants. Compounds like chlorogenic acid, caffeic acid, and quercetin are found within chia seeds, and these molecules act as defenders against the oxidative stress that damages arteries. Antioxidants neutralize free radicals before they can attack the cells lining your blood vessels. Think of them as firefighters rushing in to extinguish sparks before they turn into destructive flames. By reducing oxidative damage, antioxidants help preserve the integrity of the endothelium, allowing arteries to remain smooth, flexible, and resistant to plaque buildup. But the protection doesn't stop there. Chia seeds also deliver a powerful dose of soluble fiber, a type of fiber that interacts with cholesterol inside the digestive system. When soluble fiber mixes with water, it forms a gel-like substance that traps cholesterol particles and bile acids, preventing them from being absorbed into the bloodstream. Instead, these compounds are carried out of the body through digestion. This process forces the liver to pull more cholesterol from the blood to produce new bile acids, gradually lowering cholesterol levels over time. Lower cholesterol levels mean fewer particles circulating in the bloodstream that could potentially lodge inside artery walls. And then there are the omega-3 fatty acids. Chia seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources of omega-3 fats, particularly alpha-linolenic acid. These healthy fats play a critical role in reducing inflammation within blood vessels. Chronic inflammation is one of the major contributors to arterial plaque formation because it weakens the vessel lining and attracts immune cells that accelerate plaque buildup. Omega-3 fatty acids help calm this inflammatory response. They support the production of anti-inflammatory molecules that protect artery walls and improve endothelial function. When the endothelium functions properly, it releases nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. Better circulation means less strain on the heart and healthier blood pressure levels. But perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of chia seeds is what happens when they interact with water. These seeds can absorb up to 10 times their weight in liquid, forming a thick, nutrient-rich gel. When consumed, this gel slows the digestion of carbohydrates and helps regulate blood sugar levels. Why is blood sugar important for artery health? Because repeated spikes in blood sugar can damage blood vessels over time. High glucose levels trigger chemical reactions that produce advanced glycation end products, harmful compounds that stiffen artery walls and accelerate inflammation. This damage makes arteries more vulnerable to plaque accumulation. By slowing carbohydrate absorption, chia seeds help maintain stable blood sugar levels, reducing this hidden source of vascular damage. Now imagine combining all of these protective effects in one simple meal. A bowl of oatmeal rich in beta-glucan fiber, working to remove cholesterol from the body, enhanced by chia seeds, delivering antioxidants, omega-3 fats, and additional soluble fiber. Together, they create a nutritional environment that supports the health of your arteries from multiple angles. Cholesterol is reduced, inflammation is calmed, oxidative stress is neutralized, blood sugar remains stable, and the delicate lining of your blood vessels receives the protection it desperately needs. The most powerful part is that this protection doesn't come from a complicated medical procedure or expensive treatment. It comes from something far simpler, a small decision repeated day after day. Because the truth about heart disease is that it rarely appears suddenly. It develops quietly over years through thousands of daily habits. But those same habits can also become powerful tools of prevention. Every time you nourish your body with foods rich in fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats, you strengthen your internal defenses against the forces that damage arteries. And sometimes the most powerful protectors come in the smallest forms, tiny seeds, carrying nutrients that help defend the very vessels responsible for delivering life to every cell in your body. So the next time you look at a spoonful of chia seeds, remember this. Inside those tiny grains lies a remarkable ability to help shield your arteries, protect your circulation, and support the beating rhythm of your heart for years to come. Every morning begins with a decision. A small choice that feels almost insignificant in the moment. A choice that takes seconds to make and barely crosses your mind. Yet over time, these tiny decisions quietly shape the future of your body, your arteries, and even the strength of your heart. The truth is, most life-threatening diseases do not appear overnight. They develop slowly, silently, over years of repeated habits. Heart disease, the world's #1 killer, is the perfect example. According to global health research, millions of people suffer heart attacks every year, yet the dangerous buildup inside their arteries may have started 20 or even 30 years earlier. Inside the body, arteries are meant to function like wide, flexible highways, carrying oxygen-rich blood to every organ. The brain depends on them, the kidneys depend on them. And most importantly, the heart itself depends on them. But over time, cholesterol particles, inflammation, and oxidative stress begin to change these highways. Tiny deposits of plaque start to cling to the artery walls. At first, the changes are small, almost invisible. But slowly, those deposits grow thicker, harder, and more dangerous. Blood flow begins to narrow. Pressure inside the arteries increases, and eventually a single rupture or blockage can trigger a heart attack or stroke within minutes. What makes this process so dangerous is its silence. Most people feel nothing as their arteries slowly change. No pain, no warning signs. Often the first symptom is the medical emergency itself. But science has revealed something extraordinary. The same daily habits that slowly damage arteries can also protect them. Small nutritional choices made every day can gradually shift the body in the opposite direction, toward healing, balance, and protection. One of the simplest of these habits begins with a bowl of oatmeal. For decades, researchers have studied the effects of oats on cardiovascular health. The key lies in a special soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When beta-glucan enters the digestive system, it forms a thick gel that binds to cholesterol and bile acids, helping remove them from the body before they enter the bloodstream. Multiple clinical studies have shown that regular consumption of oats can significantly reduce LDL cholesterol levels. Even a modest reduction in LDL cholesterol can lower the risk of heart disease over time. But something remarkable happens when you take this already powerful breakfast and add one simple ingredient: chia seeds. Just 1 tablespoon, a tiny addition that takes less than 10 seconds to sprinkle into your oatmeal. Yet inside that spoonful lies a powerful combination of fiber, omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and minerals that support your cardiovascular system in ways most people never imagine. Chia seeds contain an extraordinary concentration of soluble fiber. In fact, gram for gram, they provide more fiber than many traditional plant foods. When this fiber combines with the beta-glucan from oatmeal, the two work together to create a powerful cholesterol-lowering effect inside the digestive system. The gel-forming fibers trap cholesterol molecules and carry them out of the body, gradually helping to reduce the amount circulating in the bloodstream. Less circulating cholesterol means fewer particles available to accumulate inside artery walls, but that is only the beginning of their power. Chia seeds are also loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, essential fats that help calm inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation inside blood vessels is one of the key drivers behind plaque formation. When inflammation damages the lining of arteries, cholesterol can penetrate the vessel wall and begin forming dangerous deposits. Omega-3 fats help counter this process by supporting anti-inflammatory pathways within the body. They help maintain the health of the endothelium, the delicate inner layer of blood vessels that regulates circulation and protects arteries from damage. Healthier arteries mean smoother blood flow, less strain on the heart, and improved circulation to every organ. And then there are the antioxidants. Every day, your body is exposed to free radicals generated by pollution, stress, processed foods, and even normal metabolic processes. These unstable molecules attack cells and contribute to the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, making it far more likely to stick to artery walls and trigger plaque formation. Chia seeds contain powerful antioxidant compounds such as chlorogenic acid and caffeic acid that help neutralize these free radicals before they can damage blood vessels. In other words, while fiber helps remove cholesterol, antioxidants help protect arteries from the damage that allows cholesterol to stick in the first place. But perhaps the most powerful part of this habit is not the science itself, it's the consistency. A single healthy breakfast may not transform your arteries overnight, but when repeated day after day, week after week, month after month, these small nutritional signals accumulate inside the body. Cholesterol levels gradually shift, inflammation begins to calm, blood sugar becomes more stable, blood vessels become more resilient, and over time, the risk of cardiovascular disease begins to move in a healthier direction. This is how real health transformation happens, not through extreme diets or sudden changes, but through simple habits repeated consistently. A tablespoon of chia seeds stirred into oatmeal, a breakfast that fuels your body with fiber, antioxidants, and healthy fats before the day even begins. A small act that quietly supports your heart long before problems ever appear. Think about it. 10 seconds in the morning. That's all it takes. 10 seconds to sprinkle those seeds into your oatmeal. 10 seconds to create a meal that helps defend your arteries against the silent buildup that threatens millions of lives every year. Because the reality is this: your future health is not determined by a single moment. It is built through thousands of tiny decisions that seem almost too small to matter, but they do matter. They matter every time your arteries carry blood to your heart. They matter every time oxygen reaches your brain. They matter every time your heart beats quietly, keeping you alive, and sometimes the most powerful defense for that beating heart begins with something incredibly simple: a warm bowl of oatmeal, 1 tablespoon of chia seeds, and the decision to nourish your body in a way that protects it for years to come.